How's it going, guys? Good morning, good morning, good morning, as AITX Steve Reinhardt would say. Let me get the video URL. Let me post it around. Yeah, it's starting to look more and more like a bear market. By the way, I have not bought BBAI. I have not bought it because it just keeps coming down. Well, it keeps coming down along with everything else. So, where's Meta? I know Meta. People who bought Meta calls, oh boy, right? And we look like we're. I mean, we look like we're primed, and I mean primed to break down. This is gonna be a sad stream because there's no. Well, we'll see what happens here. Let's go to the top. Buyers are showing up right now. Oh hell yeah, I'm buying. Wait, am I buying BBAI here? This is a double bottom on BBAI. What's Nvidia doing? Oh, I'm buying one eye on Q. That I am buying. There's no doubt. All right, there's the alert in the Discord. Yeah, by the way, if Palantir does not hold here, it's gonna, which it probably isn't, it's gonna drop down to the purple line, which is gonna be like a massive opportunity. Look at this. Every time it comes to that purple line, it never stays there for long. So I would expect a bottom down there, at least for Palantir if it comes down. I don't know if it would be a bottom from the market as a whole, but very strong area of support. Getting mixed reactions here. I'm wondering if buyers are just going to show up here at open and then they're going to, and then it's going to sell off the rest of the day. That's basically what's been happening. Pump and sell off rest of the day. Let me go to all nano. BMNR finding support. It's like right at support. but I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that garbage. Now, yeah, I'm averaging down like one share at a time. I'm buying one share at a time on IonQ. I'm not gonna go 10 shares at a time. That's just not happening. Because we don't know if this is a bear market or not. That's the problem. That guy from Mars, we don't know. We don't, and a lot of people are saying, no way, no way we're gonna have a bear market. That's not possible, and that makes me think we're gonna have a bear market because if the stock market wants to screw as many accounts as possible, going into a bear market right now, or at least a 4 month downtrend, if people want to call it that, that that would destroy so many accounts. October was the month of destruction. A lot of people with leverage, loans, margin, etc. They got destroyed because they were going in crazy with the short term dated calls because they thought everything just keeps going up. So that's too many signs on the wall. I could see today being a little bit of a relief rally, but then what? We just go lower. So it's just kind of like eh. So I'm only buying one. Wow, look at that. Buyers showing up for Bitcoin right now. Yeah, it's time to start accumulating, but like you don't want to go in with like your a ton of shares. I might add one riot as a joke, but no, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, what's gonna matter is are buyers gonna be able to hold it up for the rest of the day, or are they just gonna blow their wad at open? Nice little bull trap, maybe. NVTS, it's just it's just hovering around. It's just hovering above that purple line. So NVTS, uh, definitely a buy here. That doesn't mean it won't go down. I don't know why people think, oh, he said it's a buy. It's totally not gonna go down. No, 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 no. That means it can go down. But yeah, it's a buy, but it can go down. That's what it is. It's a buy, but it can go down. Hey, Breachstone, what's up? Yeah, it's a buy and hold. You're getting a massive discount from highs on NVTS. So I don't know how you can look at this and not pull the trigger. But Shades, why don't you pull it? Well, yeah, because I'm buying something else. There's a lot of opportunities. I mean, you're getting a 58% discount. So I don't know what if someone's just waiting on the sidelines, they're just gonna see it. They're just gonna watch it run away. That's come on. Again, you're getting a 58% discount. What more do you want? If it comes down lower, add more. Where's your conviction at that point? Since the end of October, IonQ has had these little bull traps of 3 green days followed by red. This is the third green day so far. Well, thank God I only add one share at a time. It can have all the green days and red days at once. I'm only dollar cost averaging via one share at a time, so not concerning for me at all. We're already near the purple line, so. How have you been? I've been good, Breachstone. How are you? How is your system? You are working on where Moomoo automatically buy NVIDIA MACD crossover? I no. Right now I'm just averaging down like everyone else on the good ones. That's it. No need to overcomplicate it. I'm waiting for NVIDIA earnings and market reaction tomorrow before I buy anything. Well, I got a lot of stocks at the purple line, so it's like I'm just buying. I'm just buying. I have my signal. We waited quite some time for stocks to come down to the purple line, And some people told me they never thought it would come down. Like, is this guy crazy? It has to sell off from 17 to $7, a whole $10 drop on MVTS. That's never gonna happen, Shades. But you just saw that the purple line works. So I'm buying. Am I gonna load up like crazy? No. A little bit of it. I'm gonna nibble here and there. 1, 2, 5 shares, 10 shares, depending on my conviction in it. What are your thoughts on HTZ? Let me look at the yearly time frame. What are my thoughts on it? That's garbage. Look at that yearly time frame. God damn. It just kept dropping since 2021. It just keeps tanking on the. This is the opposite of what you want to buy. It just keeps going down on the yearly time frame. That's the worst thing I've ever. This is a good short opportunity. Short it all the way to $1, and then they do a reverse split. Short it again. This is like. This is what you want to short right here. It just keeps going down. That's garbage. Right now I have starter positions added and then I'll dollar cost average. Pretty much the same thing what I'm doing. But I'm dollar cost averaging via 1 share at a time. Every candle, whether it's red or green, I add 1 share. As long as we're around or near that purple line or under it, I'm just buying 1 share at a time on IonQ. SoundHound, I'm waiting for 10. But we'll see. Like, there's not much we can do, guys. It's not like we can press a button and make the markets go up. If we're gonna come down, let's just keep dollar cost averaging, knowing that eventually we're gonna go higher and everyone's gonna be happy. Well, the ones that buy, the ones that sit back and be like, "Oh no." Yeah, IonQ again. I'm just gonna add 1 share at a time. That's the dollar cost strategy for that one at least. I don't know why people like buying quantum stocks at the top. I don't. I'll buy them down here, nice and discounted. I don't know why people aren't trampling over each other to get these discounts. Last time our size been those low on sound was February. How is Joey holding up since he didn't buy shares? Joey is holding nothing up. I think he sold some MSTR shares at a loss, is what he told me, and he's kind of just really praying to God that it's not a bear market. And he's on Twitter telling trans people, you're an abomination. Stuff like that. It seems to me like he's just kind of, he's going off the deep end right now. And can you blame him? His account went from like 100K to like 20K or something. And he's not going to listen to me. I already told him, hey, maybe you should stop buying, calls. Maybe you don't buy MSTR. Maybe your stock picks are pretty garbage, so please stop. And he's just like, no. Okay. But he's holding such a big bag. I mean, of course he's going to say no. Last time RSI has been, how is Joey? Okay, I have a similar system to you then. Yeah, for a downtrend, crash, bear market, my system is just buy at the purple line and then dollar cost average because there's really nothing else you can do. Like, I mean... if you buy, you're gonna be in the red. If you don't buy, you're not in the red. You're just sitting back watching as everything goes up at some point, because you never know when we're gonna reverse. Damn, I don't know. I didn't know Joey had 100K. I think, but he's been trading the stock market for like 7 years now, and he's not profitable. And it's his stock picks that are killing him. He just picks really garbage stocks. Treasury, and now he's buying another treasury, which literally his stock picks are nothing but treasuries. He called AMD, but he didn't buy. So, damn, I don't know. Yeah, open. Like I said, open. Wait for purple line at around 450 to 5. Like it'll come down there at some point. That's where everybody. I mean, you got a bunch of stocks right now at the purple line. That's where you're getting the biggest discount. So that's all I can say about, that's all I can say about open. If it comes to the purple line, it's a buy. Be right back. My cat is crying at my door. What do you want? Hmm? Huh? What do you want? All right, his crying stopped. He just wanted me to open the door for him, despite him having a little cat door to go through. Soundhound should drop to 10. I'm still expecting this at 10. And, ooh, if it comes down to 10, I'm going to add like, let's add 500 shares. 500? Yeah, because 50 shares is 500. Yeah, 500 shares of Soundhound at 10 for sure. At the big levels, I will add big, but if, for example, Soundhound. All right, guys. So here's the game plan with Soundhound. All right, here's the game plan. So it pumps huge, right? Comes back to the purple line, does it over and over and over and over and over again. Here it's doing it again. Surprise, surprise. Whoa, who would have thunk it, right? What a shocker. I always like to be sarcastic. Like, who would have thunk it? That stocks come down. I made a post. A lot of beginners about to learn things don't go straight up, and they're also going to have to learn things don't go straight down. This is why you average down at the purple line. Once it's under the purple line, you're getting massive discounts. So the next big level is going to be 10, right, for Soundhound. And then after that, it's 652. Back like 650 down here. So I would add, in my opinion, this is what I'm going to do, of course. Right here. Right here, I'm going to add, I'm giving you the Soundhound game plan, guys. $500. Wait, not 500 shares here. All right, and then I'm just going to copy and paste this. Another 500 shares here. Oops, let's move it here. There you go. And there you go. I mean, very strategic. At the smaller levels, you know, maybe I think, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what I do with Soundhound. But that's really what my strategy is for Soundhound. It's 500 shares here, and if it comes down to 6 for some reason, hell yeah, another 500 shares. Because we know it's going to do what it's always done, which is it pumps huge, right? It always gets these 100% plus moves. So if it comes down to 6, it makes 100% move to 12. And we've been buying down here, a lot of it. Our average is going to be down here somewhere. So we're going to make a lot of money. It's just the patience part. And waiting. I already have Soundhound shares. I just don't add big. Like, I'm gonna add big at the key levels. So yeah, that's the strat there for Soundhound, and it has good revenues too. On top of that, it does. Like, you guys can't argue that it doesn't. It's got incredible revenues under the purple line. What more could you ask for? I don't know. More money, I guess, because some people have been reaching out to me and telling me like, hey, you know, I don't got cash on hand right now. What do I do? And I'm like, well, time to get a second job. Time to Uber or DoorDash or something. Because the worst thing you can do is just sit there as everything gets cheaper and you're not willing to work that extra money to put into the markets. I mean, you can make like $250 on the week. I guess it depends where you live. Depends on where you live, but you can make like $250 on the weekends DoorDashing. But depends on where you live. That's $1,000 every month extra. You put that into the stock market, turn that grand into $2,000, $2,000 into $4,000. Like it can become so much more. As little as it sounds so little, right? Because everyone wants to get rich quick, but that can become so much more over time. Like, you don't realize that $1,000 today can be worth like 10,000, which is a 10x over the course of many years. And then that can turn into $1 million. But again, it's all patience, right? It all takes time. But that's not it. People don't want that. They want get rich quick right now. So that it is what it is. But Soundhound here, that's the game plan. 500 shares at 10, 500 shares at 650. I think that would be a total of about a little over 10 grand total in Soundhound. Because right now my focus is on Soundhound, APLD, and SoFi. Those are my 3 big ones. So there's no reason to not be, like, there's no reason to be scared. This is the time to be. Let me look at the fear and greed index. That's a good idea. Joey Shaw just messaged me. He's like, MSTR is moving weird. But anyways, the fear and greed index. Right now, people got to be extremely scared, right? They got to be, right? There's no way they're not scared. Yeah. Holy crap. Look at that extreme fear. 13. Look at that. Look at that downtrend on the extreme fear, on the fear and greed index. Look at that. The last time we were this low, we did get a temporary bounce before coming down to extreme fear of 4. Then we bottomed out in April, and then we ran a huge euphoric run, right? So let me ask you this. If you're buying stocks based off of fear and greed, would you rather buy stocks when everyone's scared down here or when everyone's greedy up here, right? Like, does that make sense? And right now we're in extreme fear 13 or 11. Did it just drop 2 points or am I crazy? So this is super buy, like super duper extra, super extra, super duper. Like, please buy more. In fact, I'm going to add another 10 here of SoundHound. Again, not going to go crazy. I know some people are going to be like, you're only adding 10? What is this guy, insane? Yes, 10 sound. Let's see what I get. Fill that. 10 sound. Yeah, that's only the what, $100? That's nothing. Like, I'm not scared. This is awesome. I can't believe 10 sound at, what did I get filled at? 1.20, 11.20. Cool. It's probably going to drop, but I don't care. I don't care. We're under the purple line. We're already getting massive discounts. There's no reason to be scared. I just told you I'm buying 10 shares here. I will add the 500 at $10 because that's a nice big round number. So it's got the revenues. Let's look at the price targets. Price target of 17, right? Price target of 17. Someone gave it a hold, right? Look at this, a hold. Raises price target to 15, raises price target to 26, 18. So even the analysts think like, damn, this is worth so much more than where it's at right now. And you have to keep in mind, guys, why is everything dropping? Ask yourself that question. Why? If it has nothing to do with the company revenues tanking or the company diluting heavily or doing a reverse split, it has nothing to do with the company. This is nothing more than the biggest opportunity of your life to really make a lot of money when we eventually pump huge again. That's all it is. This is why I've been saying the people who stay in the Discord long enough are going to realize like this is actually really easy. You just sit there and buy the purple line and then it goes up huge and whoa. But some people are going to leave because they don't have the patience. They're just going to be sitting there watching their account going redder and redder and redder, and they're just not going to be able to take the pain because it's painful. Like literally for some people, it's very painful. A lot of people who are selling right now, believe it or not, they are selling because they're scared and they hate the pain of holding and they want to sleep good at night. They'd rather take the 30, 40K loss and then... and then either walk away from the markets and never play it again and call it a scam, or they come back later to try and make back. Here, this is going to be sad, what I'm about to say, but there are people who bought SoundHound up here. They took the loss down here because it just became too painful to hold, right? They just hate seeing their account going redder and redder. And they're not going to buy again. And then they're going to see SoundHound going to the moon, right? They're going to see this. They're going to be like, oh my God, finally it's going up. And then they're going to buy the top again. And then it's just going to, they get stuck in a cycle of buying tops and selling at the bottom. I don't know why. They're just stupid people. I guess they don't have the knowledge that we have. They don't put in the work. They don't want to put in any effort. They just want to buy when things are going up and sell when things are going down, which is like I said, it's just silly, right? When you think about it, when we're doing the opposite, we get excited when things go down. We get excited when it comes to that purple line and under. So it's really it's a combination of knowledge, surrounding yourself with the right people that know what the hell they're talking about, and having strategy and not being fearful and being greedy when everyone else is scared. That's really all it is. You combine all that and extreme patience and discipline, you're just a money printer. I performed horribly in October, and now it makes sense why. October was nothing more than distribution. It was nothing more than we were going to reverse into this, essentially. So it kind of makes sense now in hindsight why I performed so terribly, because I was essentially trading tops is really what I was doing. With strategy, of course, right? That's why I took so many losses in October, because I was trading with strategy, but I was trading a top. And trading a top means that I'm buying, but it doesn't go higher. So I'm just constantly getting stopped out. So it kind of makes sense in hindsight, looking back like, oh, that makes sense why I was losing so much. So there you go. That's it for this SoundHound video. Please take advantage of the opportunities that the market presents. This is the time to be greedy and not be scared. All right, let's. I had to make a video out of that one, but yeah. Let's see. Oh, how is Joey holding? Okay, I have a similar system to you. Open door. Where I was at. Body starter position at MVST. That's not a bad one to start a position in. I think it's at the purple line, no? MVST. I can't look at MVST without thinking of the. I don't know. What's it called? Marvel Universe for some reason. Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't blame you. That is where you buy. So, makes sense to me. I find it so funny where and weird does Netflix does its own thing. Yeah, isn't it pumping or something? Well, yeah, I figured Netflix. You know what's funny about Netflix is after every forward stock split it's done, it usually moves 15% up, and it's holding a bottom here as well. Like buyers are not letting it fall below 109, 110. So I might buy 2 of these, but we'll see. We'll see because if the market wants to continue to tank. But yeah, it is funny. Netflix does its own thing. It's like, I don't care that you guys are dropping, we're going up. But then again, the Netflix tanking like it did is completely unwarranted. It tanked because of a trans show that was like already canceled, but people just used it as ammunition to, I guess, because they wanted to hurt Netflix financially, essentially, is what it seemed like. I don't know the true story behind it, but that's just what it seemed like based on my research. So, yeah, a trans show. I didn't look into it, but whatever. It doesn't bother me. But this is nothing more than a huge discount opportunity. Thank you. Please release another trans show so that it tanks lower. Well, although I just said that, and there's some people like, no trans show, no trans show. Let it go up first, and then they can do another trans show and let it tank. That would be the strat. If I was Netflix, all right, guys, let Netflix go up to the moon, and then okay, let's do another trans show. Okay, you do that, you do this, and boom, it drops again. This is nothing more than opportunity. It's beautiful when people sell for no good reason. This is gonna recover at some point. Okay, what is going on? Sybil holding 003s. So I think it's just gonna go sideways here, like it did last time, and yeah, just buy and hold. Again, everything is just patience. That's all it is. If you don't got it, don't know what to tell you. Like, either you got it or you don't. And if you don't got it, you got it. This is the time to learn. I was telling Trucker Jeff, I'm like, a lot of people in my Discord right now, the ones that joined, they're sitting there like, oh my God, is this guy crazy? He does the opposite of what everyone else does. Everyone else is scared. This guy's excited. Is this guy a nut? But they don't know that being excited for drops is, I don't, like I said, people trample over each other on Black Friday for discounts, and nobody's doing that in the markets. Like, why aren't you trampling over people's heads? Like, get out of here, you. A little baby, I'll step on that baby's head because I need these discounts, right? Nobody's doing that in the markets. That's just funny to me. Oh, Nvidia is red? Ooh, we're coming on down lower then. Yeah, we're tanking some more. That's what that means. Yeah, we're going to tank some more then. Glad I only bought one. One share and 10 of sound. Yeah. Palantir at the purple line. Please. This is awesome. Meta? Dude, there were so many people buying Meta. Short-term dated Meta calls here. They just kept buying as it went lower. They're getting absolutely destroyed. Even the people buying leaps are, well, if you're buying leaps 3 years out, or 2 years out, 2.5, you'll be fine. But assuming we don't go into a huge, like 1 year long bear market, because that is still a threat, by the way. If we go into a huge bear market, that is a threat still. Like that could happen. Let me look at the MACD. Oh yeah, it's a threat. It is a threat. If we get a cross under on the MACD here, on the monthly time frame on SPY, the top 500 companies, we're in for quite the pain. Yeah, we're in for quite the pain. There might there might not be a Christmas rally. No Santa Claus. Even Santa Claus is gonna be broke. Like, sorry guys, no food to feed the reindeer. They died. Like, crypto for all intents and crypto's already in a bear market. By the way, it already is. Let me show you. Whoa! Look at MSTR. Goddamn. Joey Shaw makes the worst picks. Crypto is already in a bear market by if we're using the monthly time frame and looking at the cross under, right? White line crossing under the yellow line, right? So we're already we already have confirmation from crypto that this is a bear market. Because the last time this happened on crypto, these were fake outs. Fake outs. There's no fake out right now. We're just straight tanking. The last time this happened was back in 2021, right here, and we just tanked. Turns out we were in the middle of the bear market, but we didn't know until like 3 months into it. And yeah, we just had all this almost a whole year of just downside, of just tanking for crypto. Came down to as low as 14,000, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, it's over! It's the end of the world for crypto." And it was nothing more than a buy opportunity. So I'm really hoping it's not a bear market, but everything's pointing to it. So unfortunately for Joey Shaw, he bought Bitcoin and MSTR calls and all that at the top, right before a bear market potentially. So he's absolutely schlacked. Like, he's finished. He's praying right now. Please, please. I hope Shades is wrong, but hope you should not be in a position where you should be hoping. That's not a good thing when you're in a position where you have to be hoping and praying. Like, that's that's not good. That's a bad position to be in. So, what if I buy now and spend all of most of my savings in the market into the bear market in the coming year? I will not have any money. It's time to get a second job. How bad do you want this? Guys, I already told you my story. I started at what? Dishwasher at a restaurant. Then I worked DoorDash. And well, it was COVID time, so DoorDash, you were making like 30 to 50K. It was ridiculous. You could have made 80K. Like, you could make so much money back then, DoorDashing. I don't know if you still can. Probably not. But around here, at least, you could make a lot of money, even after all the oil changes and everything. Like, it's like I worked for this. I wanted it that bad that I'm like, I'll work 3 jobs. If I was working 3 jobs at one point, but then I realized, you know what? I make more off of DoorDash and Grubhub combo, and so I quit one of the restaurant jobs, and then eventually I quit the other restaurant job because with DoorDash and Grubhub and Uber together, you can make a lot because you're doing one order here while doing another order here and then another order here, and you're just making you can make like $50 an hour. Back then, at least, if you're doing all 3 apps at the same time, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to run all 3 apps at the same time. But if you do that, you can, you're delivering 3 orders, like in 30 minutes. So that adds up compared to someone just doing 1 order in like 20 minutes. So yeah. I had strategies. If you're using all 3 apps, you can make a lot. Even after expenses of driving a car around hundreds of thousands of miles. But I'm exaggerating, but you get the point. So yeah, I wanted it bad enough. I was door dashing literally every day. There was no day off. Eventually, I did burn out because I got tired of just driving around. But by that point, I had made so much off of door dashing that it's just. Then I transitioned to this, and yeah. So yeah, it's. I mean, I don't know if you see door dashing or any of that stuff as beneath you. I don't know what to tell you. You're being dumb. You're being dumb. That extra $1,000 that you make every month, or 500 or whatever, doing some gig, that can turn into $5,000 and then 10 grand and then 20 grand over the long term. But people aren't thinking long term; they're just thinking short term. Right now, lots of money right now. So that's all I got to say to that. Because I've been there, and all I could do was just work more to make more money, so that I can put it into the markets. That's really what it is. So you just gotta want it bad enough. What doesn't make sense is we've already been through this in April, so people should have been prepared. We're prepared. We're prepared. It's just I think there's a lot of new people that aren't prepared. So they're kind of just sitting there like, oh my God, things don't go straight up forever. So yeah. Like every year there's a nice like batch of new people that like come into the markets that end up holding a big bag on garbage stocks and they get destroyed. If they're holding good companies, they'll be fine, but people don't come into the markets to buy good companies. They want to buy like a stock that's a buck, hoping it goes to like $10 or 100 and they make 100x. So they end up buying like the worst garbage. They end up buying like 30-cent penny stocks, hoping it's the next Nvidia and it goes to 150 or 1,000 or something stupid, I'm sure. So yeah, we're prepared, but a lot of people come into the markets, complete newbies, don't know what the hell they're doing. AMD 230 puts paying mate baby and AMD getting smoked. Yeah, I thought about shorting it yesterday. I'm like, maybe I should become a short. But because I wanted to short AMD yesterday. I did talk about it, but I was like, you know what? Because I want to short all of a sudden, maybe I should not short. Because it's like maybe I should just go against myself and not short. But congratulations on the puts, because I thought about shorting it with shares, but I was like, you know what? What if this is the time I short? The one time I short, this is the time it decides to go, it goes to the moon. That would piss me off so much. So it's just better to be safe than sorry. I'll still make my money on the way back up. But AMD, congratulations. I wanted to short that sucker. If it breaks down below 225, I mean, it's going to come down to 200. So I'm going to keep it. I might short it right here. Yeah, if it breaks that, And Joey Shaw is sitting there like, please don't come back under 200. Please don't, because Shades is going to let me know, like, see, I told you it was trash. It just goes nowhere. Yeah. Dude, I swear that guy's stock picks are just terrible. His stock picks are just terrible. Absolutely horrendous. I asked him, I'm like, hey, AMD hasn't done much in 5 years. It's not until this year that it started moving. And he's like, well, yeah, but at least it's moving. And I'm like, yeah, but in those 5 years, you could have just bought NVIDIA and you would have made like 2,000+%. Like you would have made way more. Like I said, your stock picks are going to dictate whether you're a winner or a loser in the markets. And a lot of people, you know how they are. They want to choose the $3, $2 garbage, hoping it's the next big thing. Whereas I pick what's established, safe, and has the revenues behind it more than anything. The increasing sales, etc. So yeah, AMD, SoundHound holding up. Buyers showing up a little bit here. But I wouldn't put too much weight into that. Don't we have Powell speaking tomorrow? FOMC or something? Like, we have NVIDIA earnings as well. We got a lot coming, but it's 9 o'clock right now. So around 9 o'clock, we're going to see if buyers show up. BBAI, it's like, that looks like a double bottom to me. That looks like a double bottom. I'm losing my voice, guys. Let me drink some water. Big day tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow is a big day. All right, guys, that's it for the stream. I mean, there's not much we can do. I like I said, continue to average down on the good ones. If you want to make easy money, SoundHound AI. All right, that's number 1. Number 2 is even I forget. I'm kidding. SoFi stock. And number 3 is I keep track of so many stocks. Even I forget. What's my third one? SoundHound. I like Riot, by the way. I love Riot. I'm waiting for 10 on that one. SoundHound, SoFi, and where's the other one? APLD. I keep forgetting that one. APLD. So those are the 3 you want to buy. APLD, AI infrastructure. We're going to need that. SoundHound, AI voice. We're going to need to, communication is very important. Even right now, as I'm talking to you, we're communicating. This is communication, right? So AI voice, SoundHound AI. And I already forgot the SoFi. Fintech. Increasing revenues. I don't know why people love SoFi, but they do. And I love it too, because I love a company that performs that way. Every quarter, every year, just growing revenues. I love that. I love when a company gets increasing demand for their service/product. So those are the top 3. They're all like around about 22 and under. They're all like nice and cheap. So you're not buying like $180 stock, right? So it's very good opportunity. I give SoundHound the number one spot mainly because it's cheaper. And if it goes under 10, I mean, it can easily make you like a 3 to 4x in the bull run. So that one's the best one. Like if you had to pick one out of the three that I'm telling you, SoundHound all the way. Buy at 10 and just keep averaging down, no fear. Last time SoundHound went under 10, if you were scared to buy at 10 and then scared to buy at 8, then scared to buy at 7, then scared to buy at 620, well, you missed out on all these gains here. You missed out on like a 3x, 4x. So yeah, that's all I got to say. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be fun because of all the catalysts we got for the market-wide catalysts that we have coming.